Welcome to our channel. In our videos, I have the option to be selective in what I show to our viewers, and most of the time, it's the fun and memorable moments. I rarely show the boring times, or the more realistic aspects of our lifestyle, because in truth, it doesn't make for the most capturing of entertainment. However, with as many issues as we've had piling up on us lately, I felt it necessary to show some of the mundane tasks or absolute headaches Marshall and I have to manage on a daily basis. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.
God!
So today is a chore day for me. Marshall's staying back at the camper with Percy, and he has to do work anyway. So I'm usually the one that takes care of the vast majority of the chores. On the agenda today, the first thing is caffeine, because I am exhausted. The wind here just gets crazy every single night, and I can't sleep. So I have slept like crap for about a week and a half now. Apparently I do not sleep very well in the Scamp with wind. So I'll grab some coffee and some breakfast. And then we have to get an oil change, so I'll be at the Toyota dealership for a little bit doing that. I need to exchange out the gas tank, fill up potable water, find a recycling center. Oh, and I am picking up Amazon packages. Marshall ordered new jacks for the Scamp because our other jack is completely messed up from going over those rocks. It's actually gotten worse since then. So every week it seems that there is something we have to fix. I'm hoping that eventually it'll get to the point where stuff will stop breaking. We're about to hit our 6-month mark being in the Scamp full time. So there's definitely a learning curve that comes with starting this lifestyle, and I'm hoping eventually it all just simmers down a bit. We'll be able to start saving more money instead of spending it on items that we have to replace, like our collapsible buckets. We had to throw one away because a giant hole ended up in it, and then our other round bucket, we put water in it from the creek the other day and it was leaking. So now we're pretty much done with collapsible buckets. I'm probably still another 40 minutes from Idaho Falls. So I'm gonna turn this off, enjoy my drive, listen to some music, hopefully not fall asleep.
Welcome to Starbucks. What can I get started for you?
Hi, can I get a grande iced coffee with the pumpkin cream cold brew and no classic?
That's a grande iced coffee with pumpkin foam and no plastic.
And can I get the bacon egg bites?
What do I want? A snack. It's so bad for me. Wow, we've never been this low. We're going to a campground, I guess, tomorrow. So we'll have access to AC, so we haven't been as conservative as we normally are. We have 300 amps total in our array. We're getting close to 33%, right? The 2/3 used. Let's see. They're pointed at clouds. Might make a cup of coffee. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. We used to fill that up every night. Now we've gotten out of habit. We kept breaking our clear ones. So we bought this one because Britta made a filter for it. Well, first, the filter doesn't fit. And secondly, it looks like they've discontinued it because other than the starter kit that comes with one, I haven't been able to find any refills. And it's packed so tight, like it dribbles out, water doesn't come out. And like I said, to get it to fit, I had to cut the end off. I don't know, it was just a train wreck. So I think we're going back to our old clear style. Maybe I can get this one-handed. Nope. Oh, look at that. It's called skill right there. Just like when never mind. That's pretty much all I do when Sam's not here. Sit on the computer and make coffee.
How do I get here?
In 600 feet, turn right onto Pioneer Road, South Pioneer Lane.
I'm trying. Oh. So I just got our 20-gallon propane tank filled up. It cost me $12 versus doing a full exchange, which would have been $26. So it's way cheaper just to fill up the tanks that you already have. So sometimes dealing with Amazon, you'll have actual lockers where you'll go in, you'll put in a code, or they'll scan a barcode, a door will fly open, and you get your packages. So sometimes you'll go to the Amazon hub and you'll expect lockers, and instead you end up at the cash register of a gas station. The gas station accepts itself as an Amazon hub. All the packages will be behind the counter, and you'll have to show them the barcode, they'll scan it, look up the name, find your packages, and then you walk out with them. It's a little weird sometimes, dealing with it that way. I've had some people ask for ID, I've had some people just give it to me. It's the best alternative though when you don't have an address. But Marshall will be happy because now we have our new jacks and we don't have to deal with those old ones anymore. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to put them on today. So we'll have them before getting to our next campsite.
So, who knows if this will actually happen, but steel buildings are rather cheap. We're looking at when we do settle down, maybe starting with a shop and then going from there to adding a house. Yeah, that's basically what I'm drawing. What you doing?
Hi.
And you came in slinging gravel. Oh, look, got the jacks. The box is smaller than I expected.
The heat is getting to the Reflectix, and while it was gone, I guess this fell off. We have to get some better Velcro.
I knew if I moved it, you'd yell at me, so I just left it. Ooh, there's a bolt-on installation guide. Shouldn't be too bad. There's only 4 steps. Would you like me to read them to you? Place it in place.
Place it in place.
Yep. Mark the holes.
Mark the holes.
Drill the holes.
Drill the holes.
And screw the screws.
Screw the screws.
And then don't use them while camper is moving.
Don't use them while camper is moving, Marshall.
That's all I got. Take this. Burn it.
I'm just glad you actually read the directions.
I always read directions. So if you guys remember our last video, the jack wouldn't go all the way up into the bumper. I got hit on some rocks. And then our last campsite, it did it again. That's a result of it. I never liked this design. I guess Scamp doesn't either because they don't use this design anymore. Probably because they hate them as much as I do. You can see how twisted it is. This should line up with that. It obviously doesn't. Everything's kind of bent up inside. I got these off Amazon. They're kind of a scissor design. So you unscrew this and these 3 points touch the frame and then that'll drop up to 7 inches or 17 inches. So right now we've got these junky ones in the back and these in the front. So I'm gonna go ahead because the front is already in a place where I can bolt all 3 points to the frame and the back's not ready yet. And then we'll use these in the back.
Our core tent.
Yeah, the wind's crazy.
Ow.
I'll just put it right here and then have the other one butt right up against it. I just needed to make sure it would fit. If it
I mean, I assume if you're speaking proper English to me, then yes.
by proper English, I don't think we speak the same English. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Cool. That should work. Oh, you put that bigger battery in too. Oh, bitty 1.3 amps. It was straining.
What are you doing? Hey, look at me.
Ooh, look at that. Huh. And when your dad watches this video and gives me smack talk, just let him know that he can fix it. Perfect. That's gonna be so great once we get 4 of them. So check it out. These are stabilizer jacks for the front. It's got 3 screws points, but because of this weird camper, I can only get 2 of them in. But I figured it'd be okay because all it's really doing is keeping it from falling off when you're driving. And it's way more stable now. And then we just moved these screw style. We had 2 of these for the front. We moved them to the back. And those weird drop down ones we just got rid of. Got just a couple of metal shelves that are cabinets so I can store stuff. And I got my toolbox, got a lift, just grabbed a Tacoma, and then you got a workbench. There's enough room for a tractor of some sort. And then there's some just shelves for a storage. I just stuck, this is gonna be like the solar room. This is where electricity comes in, there's batteries, but there's a desk there, and there's a bed.
I will never see you again.
And then there's a stove.
Wait, why would there be a kitchen?
Well, I thought this would be our base camp initially, before we...
This is your way of us not building another house. You want me to live in the garage.
we can still have that. I figured we'd have a base camp and then maybe a year or so later we would settle down. And the pump will be in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pressure tank. But this is literally everything you would need. You wouldn't need a house. But I'm sure we would have one.
For what? What, it'd be my house? Because you would literally never leave.
You have to admit, it's pretty nice though. Look at that bed, it's so comfy. The idea was that this would be a base camp, and then metal buildings are cheap as long as you stay within like the parameters. So then you throw up a drywall studded wall and boom, you're done.
And then you build that, and then you tease me with trips to Cancun, so we'll never actually build a house.
That might happen.
You want to live in the garage.
You must admit though, this would be a nice barn dominium.
Between our YouTube channel and Instagram, we show some of our best moments. A pretty sunset, a cute Percy moment, or an appreciation of the water. But that's only one small piece of our lives. Later that evening, our second shower pump in 6 months died on us, and Marshall and I had to take some time to ourselves to digest the fact that yet another piece of equipment needed to be replaced. In our 6 months on the road, we've had countless mishaps, from the Scamp's door not opening, to the battery in our truck dying. From holes in our daily use gear to ideas that just wouldn't work for us. Little strokes of bad luck can add up, especially when we have so little out here. But a troubled moment doesn't make for a bad time, or even a bad day. It's just another obstacle we have to overcome, both mentally and financially. And in the end, it's all about the experience.